At first, I was afraid. I was petrified. What's going on, Jerome's? Day one of, well, not really day one, but kind of day one of the combine is in the books. And there were some winners, there were some losers. And we always say the combine shouldn't move your opinion too far. Like good showing, slightly up, bad showing, slightly down. And bad showing, maybe go back and look at the tape. Maybe some of the traits aren't there, etc. But it's kind of hard not to, especially when you're starting for football this time of year. Some guy blows up the blows up the combine, gets overdrafted, and does not pan out. Tale as old as time, right? But Minnesota Fine Vikings, we're going to get rid of the two picks that do not exist. Offer trade, and we'll get Mendoza. Yeah, but I have a feeling that some of our picks are going to be weighted towards performances at the combine yesterday. All right, so Mendoza, Sonny Styles. Ooh, I like it. I feel like Sonny Styles is going to be a legit stud in this league. Burn. Teams are way overthinking Bane. Yeah, who's going to be fine? Caleb Downs, I like as the number 3 pick. Tate, Bailey, blah, 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 blah. So Vikings chilling at 18. I think Thieneman is going to sneak into the first round. I know it's been a pipe dream to get him in the second round. I don't think it's going to happen. Evan Terrell, of course, is there chilling as well. Where's Caleb Banks now? Because I imagine PFF has redone their rankings. Caleb Banks already go. Yeah, Caleb Banks went 9 to the Chiefs. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Lee Hunter. Lee Hunter's a bad dude. Dante Corleone is a bad dude. Grayson Halton's a bad. I'm glad that Halton has gotten bumped up because, yeah, I like grabbing him at the end of day 3, but he was not going to get drafted there. Ooh, Caleb Proctor. Ooh. Speaking of guys who did well at the combine, what number is he? 166 roughly. Sure. All right. So what do we do in this spot? So Terrell is there chilling, winking at us. Jordan Tyson, medicals, medical checks are going to be huge. Peter Woods did not have a good day. It is what it is, but Peter Woods is still going to be a very productive 3-tech here. EMW, beautiful driving machine. Kenyon Sadiq, when he tests it, is going to be ridiculous. He really is. Lee Hunter. I like that all the defensive linemen were basically cutting pro wrestling promos at their press availability the other day. So got a couple trade offers. See the Bills and the Jets. The Bills, all right. You want 18? You want us to move down 8 spots? It's going to cost you, Chief. Oh, 60? All right, so tell you what. We'll include these, and you include 126. And hence, oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's see what we missed out on. Thieneman goes to the Bills. Not too broken up about it. Tyson, Fano, Terrell, TJ, McDonald, Vega Ione. So we're sitting here now at 26. EMW would make sense. Peter Woods makes sense. Kenyon Sadiq, I like, depending what happens with Hawkinson. But Lee Hunter's just my dude. He's my guy. I feel like the ceiling for Lee Hunter is unlimited. Immediately, he's going to come in and be a run stuffing nose tackle, but he's got the short area quickness that it's kind of creepy, you know? And he spearheaded that great Texas Tech defense. And I feel like Lee Hunter is going to be just an absolute monster in this league. I feel like his best days as a pass rusher are obviously ahead of him. So we'll certainly take that. Ooh, ooh. So do we take Angel in this spot? I mean, it certainly is a developmental pick. Yes. But also, is it estate planning for Brian O'Neill? Now, Max has, I believe, primarily only played right tackle. Yeah. All right. So only right tackle throughout his career. So you're probably not going to kick him over to the left, right? And also, you're not going to kick him inside in all likelihood. But I mean, a tackle is a tackle, right? Lucy is there too. Bizantis, D'Angelo Pons, our guy. Dante Corleone, Chris Johnson, who they met with. I feel like we could take a shot at Chris Johnson in this spot. No relation, by the way. So Chris Johnson had a fantastic season last year at San Diego State. Derek Moore's there chilling. Man, what do we do here? All right, so we got a trade offer. Cleveland Browns. I'm not dropping down to 70, man. But Like I said, this is super, super tempting, right? Because you can't trust Darrisaw to stay healthy. Brian O'Neill's getting up there in age. It's just too tempting, isn't it? And we always say draft BPA, best player available, versus drafting for need. So screw it. Damn the torpedoes. We're doing it. Ooh. And now we're here at 60 chilling. I could not smash this enough. Well, ooh, wait. I was gonna say just take Pons because pound for pound, he's the toughest dude in this draft, right? I want Sam Hecht. How can we work this out? Oh, think twice. Just another day of you and me in paradise. All right, Seahawks. Seahawks want to do some business. You guys need some picks. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? Mm, that dog ain't gonna hunt. Let's see what the Patriots want to do. All right, Patriots. We want 63. All right, we'll give you 97, but we want 125 back, and we want 211. Ember is the color of your energy. Whoa. Just gonna say no. All right, there you go. All right, so we have done a deal where we are going to get D'Angelo Pons, of course, our guy. Um, can play inside, outside. Just because he's 5'9", don't pigeonhole him into just being a strictly outside guy, but he's feisty. He's fat. He does really remind me of Whitfield Sr. in all the best ways, man. Next up, Sam Hecht. I can't not take Heck. You know what I mean? Although Ramel Height, I feel like Height obviously has better Ben, but we'll let the board play out. So Sam Hecht, welcome on in. You are the next Minnesota Fighting Viking. Ooh, Nadami Tucker is there. Brendan Thompson. So I feel like Thompson's sort of flying under the radar. He's 5'9", a buck 70, sort of a gadgety type player, but he's also, putting up numbers. 57 catches, 1,054 yards, 6 touchdowns last season. I I understand the drawbacks, yes, but and I get if you have a team full of exceptions, you're just gonna have a team full of exceptions. But I don't know, like I kind of want him so bad. Plus, Nadami Tucker, just instant pressure machine. 14 sacks. Last year, 41 hurries, just completely, absolute bat bleep insane. I understand that he's lighter on the lighter side, but in terms of a platoon pass rusher, I know we don't really need one, but also drafting for need keeps you drafting for need, right? So it's close. So between Tucker and Thompson, what do we do in this spot, right? And I understand. Well, you drafted a 5'9" corner. Now you're drafting a 5'9" receiver. Yes. Also, I do not care in the slides. Yeah. I do what I want. Ooh, I can get Tucker too. Hell yeah, man. I forgot we basically had back-to-back picks. All right. We have 3 selections left. A buck 61, 195, and 247. Drew Allard's just there winking at us. I mean, do we do something? I mean, Aller, he does have the size, he does have the tools. I mean, 6'5", he's 235, as well as, I mean, last year his numbers were down because he's playing with the injury. I mean, Kevin Collins quarterback whisper. So here, here's what the quarterback room could be. So McCarthy, yes, sign a guy like Geno Smith, make a small trade for Anthony Rich. Actually, hell, let's do that. When we make a little trade ski. Um, 195 to the Indianapolis Colts for Anthony Richardson. Just not accepted. Whatever. Whatever, ho. Wow. A third round pick? No. Hard pass. All right, so Anthony Richardson is going to get traded. Can we force a trade? Yeah, because Anthony Richardson is not going to go for a third round pick. At maximum, he's going to go for like a 6th or 7th round pick. So we're going to force this trade. 195, 6th round pick. I feel like that's going to be fine. All right. So now, I mean, all All right, so Aiden Fisher is a great linebacker, except he's 97,000 years old. Harold Perkins, we love. Coogan, we love. Ty Montgomery, uh, from the small school. Just a small school dude. Jason Wisniewski, I just love his attitude, man. Is he going to be safety? Is he going to be a linebacker? I also don't care, but also he is immediately going to be a phenomenal special teamer. Actually, I'm going to take him. Where are you at? Wisniewski. Plus, that's just a great special teamer name, is it? Wisniewski, get in there. Brr. He's king. Heinrich, we always say we're going to get as a UDFA, and that does make a ton of sense. Nowakowski is there. I kind of do like Nowakowski. Fano as well. The brother Spencer Fano. Tram. Yeah, we didn't grab a running back, but as we've outlined before, free agency may be the way to go in terms of the running back position. Do we just take Aiden? Why not? Actually, VJ Payne, who they also met with, where I don't know why Payne is so frowned upon in this spot, where multi-year starter and 6'3", 208 minimum is going to be a good special teamer. So there we go. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. What's my weakness? Trading for Anthony Richardson, I guess. Yeah. So Richardson, where's that trade? All right. So we force that trade. That's gonna be approximately what he's gonna get in the trade market, and I feel fine with that. So the Vikings trade with the Buffalo Bills, which come out tonight, down to 226. Still got Lee Hunter, the nose tackle slash pass rusher. Ichador, where it's just too much value. It's way too much value. Like, given his physical tools and Keith Kata, actually, I don't know. And O'Neal's getting up there in age, as well as Darisaw is your question is health. Even though Ichiro's only played right tackle, it does make Brian Neal a little expendable. If you do feel fine with Max. Pons, I love. No matter what, I'm taking DeAndre Pons. He is my draft crush. It's always been, always will be. Sam Heck going to hold things down at the center position, the pride of Kansas State. Brendan Thompson, where, again, I understand. 5'7" corner, 5'7" receiver. Do not care. Do not care. Actually, they're 5'9" ish, whatever. Nadami Tucker, undersized pass rusher, platoon pass rusher, getting after it. Cole Wisniewski, where safety linebacker, BJ Payne, a little bit more of a center field safety. So I feel like I kind of like how this turned out. Shockingly, how this turned out. It's gonna be good. Anyways, that's it. Vikings mock draft 75.0. Don't know. Happy Friday. You guys are the absolute best to do. Skull production value.